Hi guys, this is Jam and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be learning some Dzongkha, the national language of Bhutan, or some people even call it Bhutanese, but the proper term is Dzongkha. So if you're planning a trip to Bhutan soon, or if you just want to learn a new language that not many people in the world speak, then stay tuned. Dzongkha is a tonal language and it has two tones, a high tone and a low tone, and it belongs to the Sino-Tibetan language family. The first three words that you're going to learn today is Dzong, Dzongkhak, and Dzongkha. So the first word Dzong means fortresses or palace, and they have been built throughout Bhutan in the 16th and 17th century by a Buddhist monk or saint called Shabdrungong Namgyal, the man who unified Bhutan. And in each Dzongkhak, which means state, he has built a Dzong. And Dzongkha was the language that was spoken in these Dzongs and later came to be the national language of Bhutan. Now that you know what Dzongkha means, let's learn some rules about speaking Dzongkha. There are two ways of speaking Dzongkha. The first is the formal or honorific way, and this is used when you're addressing somebody who's older to you, like your parents, your boss at work, your teacher, or anybody in society who is older to you by age or by social position or standing. The next is casual or informal way, and this is used when you're speaking to somebody who's close to you, like a friend, a close family member, or somebody who's younger than you. For the purpose of this video, I'll mainly be using the casual or informal way of speaking Dzongkha. However, I will be sharing some formal phrases or words that are used on a regular basis. Speaking Dzongkha in the formal way versus informal way can be very distinct from one another. Even something as simple as describing a person's facial feature can have two distinct set of words when spoken formally versus informally. Let me share with you guys a very important tip. Let's just say that you watch my video and you learned how to speak Dzongkha in the casual way only. However, you go to Bhutan and you meet somebody who is a higher official in the government or somebody older than you and you want to sound more respectful. In that case, do not worry. All you have to do is after every sentence add the word la, and your sentence will be elevated from a casual sentence to a more honorific sentence. And if you're a foreigner, you can get by just adding la. You don't really need to learn how to speak in the honorific way. So for written Dzongkha, we use the Tibetan script, and because of this reason, there are certain words in Dzongkha, the way you pronounce it versus the way you spell it is quite different. So in this sense, it's like French. In French too, the way you spell certain words are quite different from the way you pronounce it. So if I give you an example, the word name in Dzongkha is ming, M-I-N-G, but that's the written form. If you want to pronounce it or say it, you would usually say me. There are a lot of other words that I would be mentioning in this video, and for the purpose of this video, I would be sticking to the spoken Dzongkha so that you guys can learn to speak like a native. So if you're a foreigner, the first word you would hear when you arrive in Bhutan is Jemba Lekso, which means welcome. So Jemba Lekso to my channel. The formal way of greeting somebody when you meet them for the first time or when you meet them after a while is Kuzu zangpo la, and this means hello. And in most settings or situations, we would use the formal version of this word, which is Kuzu zangpo la. We don't use the informal version, which is Kuzu zangpo. If you notice, I dropped the la at the end, so it became informal. Or nowadays, there is also the shortened version that people use sometimes, which is just Kuzu Kuzu. However, if you're not sure which version to use, I would advise you for the greetings, make sure you stick to the formal version, which is Kuzu zangpo la. So after you have said your hellos, the next thing that you would generally ask somebody is, how are you doing? And in Dzongkha, that is Choe gade be yu. Choe gade be yu. Choe means you. Gadebe is the how, and yu is the doing part. So how are you doing? And then to that you can say nga lejum be yu. That means nga is I, lejum is well, and be yu is doing. So I am doing well. And then you can pose the question back to that person. You can just say yourself, which is Choe, or you can say the full sentence nga lejum be yu. Choe gade be yu. That means I'm doing well. How about yourself? And then the person would say nga ya lejum be yu. So nga ya lejum be yu is I'm doing good as well. So it's the nga ya is the me too part, you know. Me too. You're saying I too am doing well. So it cannot be directly translated because the structure of English and Dzongkha are very different. But the sentence is basically Choe ga de be yu is how are you doing? Then you're replying I'm doing well. How about yourself? Nga lejum be yu choe ga de be yu. And then the other person responds I'm doing well as well. And that is nga ya lejum be yu. So if you meet somebody for the first time and the person hasn't introduced themselves to you and you want to ask the person what is your name, to do that in Dzongkha you need to say Choe gi mi gachi mo. So choe is you. Gi is the belonging verb that we use quite often in Dzongkha. So choe gi becomes your. Mi is name. So we don't say ming. Ming is the written form. When you pronounce it you say mi. Gachi mo is what is it. So Choe gi mi gachi mo is what is your name. And if it's me I would say Nigi mi jam jam I. So this one is a little more complicated. So in written Dzongkha you would say nga gi. So nga is I, gi is the belonging verb, so nga gi becomes my. But when you say in this context you need to say nigi. Instead of saying nga gi you say nigi. And mi is name, jam jam I. So I is another thing that we use quite often in Dzongkha. So in Dzongkha there's two words that we use quite often. First is I. I means yes confirmation or a positive confirmation. So this confirms that my name is Jam Jam. And the other is the negative confirmation or the not. So not is me. So to write I and me, I is written as in, I and in. But when you say it, it's just I, like I. And men is a negative confirmation or not is written as men, men. But when you pronounce it, it's me, M-A-E, me. So I and me. So nigi mi jam jam I is a positive confirmation. Yes, my name is Jam Jam. And I can say nigi mi jam jam me. So my name is not Jam Jam. Me is the not part, right? So nigi mi jam jam me. But if you find this too complicated, a simple way to solve this problem is to say I am Jam Jam instead of saying my name is Jam Jam. So in order to say I am Jam Jam, I can say nga Jam Jam I. So nga is I, Jam Jam I. I is the yes confirmation. So I am Jam Jam. Or nga Jam Jam me. So nga is I, Jam Jam is my name, and me is the not part. So I am not Jam Jam. The next question that you would generally ask somebody or be asked is, where are you from? And that is Choe kati le mo. Choe again is you, kati le is where, mo is the question. So where are you from? Choe kati le mo. And to say I'm from Bhutan, I would say nga Bhutan le I. So that means nga is I, Bhutan le is from Bhutan, I is a positive confirmation. And if I want to be really proper, I can say nga dru le I. So the name for Bhutan is Druk. That's a written form, D-R-U-K, and it means dragon, as Bhutan is known as the land of thunder dragon. But to pronounce it, you would say Dru. You don't say Druk. Dru is how you pronounce it. You drop the, at the end, I think it's the K, you drop it, so it's just D-R-U, Dru. So nga dru le I is I am from Bhutan. So nga Bhutan le I or nga dru le I. Now, if I want to say I am not from somewhere, let's say I am not from America, then I would say nga America le me. So me, as I mentioned earlier, is the negative confirmation. And in here I'm saying nga is I, America le is from America, me is not. So I am not from America. So you can use whatever the place that you're from, put in that sentence. That's how you would respond to somebody when they said Choe kati le mo. Now, having asked the person how they're doing, what their name is, and where they're from, maybe you want to say it's nice to meet you or I'm pleased to meet you. And in Dzongkha that is a Choe da, che di, sem gai. So nga is I, che is you, da is kind of like saying together, che di is to meet, sem is your heart, gai is happiness. So the direct translation would be very messed up, so I wouldn't be doing that. So it basically means I am pleased to meet you. And then to that you can say I am pleased to meet you too. And that is ngaya chöda chedi semgai. Ngaya. Earlier you said ngaya lejumbeyu. I am good as well. So that too is the ngaya. Ngaya. You have spoken to the person, now you want to take your leave. You generally say bye or goodbye. And if you're in Thimphu, you can just say bye and people understand. But if you want to sound very native, you would have to say lok shu le chege. That means see you later. Lok shu le chege. So see you later. Or you can say naba le chege. So see you from tomorrow onwards. It kind of means like that, but it's the same thing as saying see you later. Naba le chege. Now this is different from saying see you tomorrow. See you tomorrow would be naba chege, not le. The le is missing. The le would be like tomorrow onwards. So if you want to meet somebody tomorrow, you'll be like naba chege. And if you want to see them sometime in the future but you don't know exactly when, you can say naba le chege, or you can say lok shu le chege. Now that I've introduced the word tomorrow, I might as well teach you guys how to say yesterday, today, tomorrow, and day after tomorrow. So yesterday is ka tsa, ka tsa. Then today is dari, dari. And tomorrow is na ba. And the day after tomorrow is na se. So ka tsa, dari, na ba, na se. And then you can also say now, which is dato, dato, dato. Now the most important word that you need to know is thank you. And thank you in Dzongkha is ka din che, ka din che. And to make it formal, all you have to do is add the word la. So ka din che la. And if you want to say thank you very much, you can say na me sa me ka din che. Na me sa me ka din che. Now that you know thank you, the other important word that you need to know is sorry. But Dzongkha does not have the term sorry. So how do we apologize to people? We say tsip ma sa. That means please don't be mad. Tsip ma sa. So if somebody's mad at you or you have made somebody angry, all you have to do is say tsip ma sa. Or you can say in a more loving way, tsip ma sa me. That means like emphasizing. Me can emphasize the word tsip ma sa me. So when somebody apologizes to you and says I'm sorry or tsip ma sa me, you would say it's alright. And in Dzongkha you say that by saying ke mi. So ke mi is more like it's not a problem. Ke mi. Ke mi. Now let's just say that the person is really mad at you and this person is somebody older to you. So if you say tsip ma sa me, that sounds kind of condescending. So you don't want to say in the informal way. And for this purpose, I'm going to teach you how to say in the formal way, and that is gom ma te la. So if you say gom ma te la, that is in the honorific way. So the person would be more pleased with you and might say it's not a problem or ke mi. So another important word in Dzongkha that you need to learn is gadem chimo. Gadem chimo is asking basically how much is it. So this can be used in a couple of different contexts. If you go to the store and you want to ask the price of a commodity, you can say tiru gadem chimo. So tiru means money in Dzongkha. However, in this context, it's being used as price. So tiru gadem chimo, what is the price of this commodity? And if you want to ask somebody how old are you, you can say Choe lo gadem chimo. So Choe is you, lo means age, gadem chimo is how much. So how old are you? So that's a really loaded question. Maybe I don't want to tell you guys my age. So let's say I'm 15 years old. And to say that in Dzongkha, you would say nga lo che nga I. So nga is I, lo is age, che nga is 15, I is the positive confirmation. So lo is age, but lo can also mean years. So lo is age or lo is years. So I can also say nga lo chenga me, and that's definitely my case. I'm not 15 years old, so nga lo chenga me. So we've learned how much, how old. Now let's learn how many. So how many is kadimchi du. So let's say you went to a party, and then when you get back home, your mother asks you, how many people are there at that gathering? Then the way to say how many people are there is mi kadimchi du. So mi is people, kadimchi du is how many are there. So you can say kadimchi du in any context you want. Let's say you want to find out how many apples are there. Apple kadimchi du. So how many apples are there? So kadimchi with anything can be used to determine the quantity or how many are there. The next term is kate mo. Kate mo is where is it? So Choe gi chim kate mo. So Choe is you, gi chim is gi is the belonging word. Chim means home or house. Kate mo is where is it? So where is your house? So if you want to ask where is the toilet or the restroom or washroom, whatever you may call it, to say that in Dzongkha is chapsa kate mo. So chapsa is toilet, kate mo is where is it? So chapsa kate mo. Or you can basically change the beginning of the word and then say kate mo means where is that thing. So che kate mo is where are you? Mo kate mo is where is she, and ko kate mo is where is he. So mo means she, ko means he. Or you can say where is your father? So che gi appa kate mo. Che is you, gi is the belonging, means your father. Kate mo, where is your father? Or che gi ai kate mo. Che gi is your, ai is mother. Kate mo, where is it? So where is your mother? So I have mentioned appa is father, ai means mother, then you have brother and sister. So when it comes to brother and sister, it gets a little bit complicated. So you have acho, which is an older brother, acho. Then there is the younger brother, which is nuchu, nuchu. And then you have the older sister, which is ajim, zhim, and then you have the younger sister, which is num. So in English there's just one word, sister, but in Bhutanese we classify it as older and younger. So ajim is an older sister, num is a younger sister, and acho is the older brother, and nuchu means younger brother. So now let's learn grandfather and grandmother. So to say grandfather in Dzongkha is age. Age means grandfather, and age can also mean old man. So if you're going to talk about an old man in general, you can say age. Or if you just see an old man on the street, you can call him age. But to your own grandfather as well, or to your friend's grandfather, you would call him age. And ange is grandmother or old woman. So ange can be also applied to your grandmother, your friend's grandmother, or an old woman on the street. So age and ange. So if you want to say grandfather and grandmother, so and is a very interesting word. The written form of and is dang, D-A-N-G, but when you pronounce it or say it, you would say da. So age, da, ange means grandfather and grandmother. Let's learn man and woman. So man and woman is, man is poge, poge, and woman is amsu, amsu. So to say man and woman, you would say poge da amsu. So poge is man, da is and, amsu is woman. Poge da amsu. But amsu could also mean wife. Depends on which context you say it. So if you say map da amsu, that means husband and wife. So map is husband, da is and, amsu is wife in here. So earlier poge da amsu is man and woman. Map da amsu here is husband and wife. And then you can say boy and girl, which is boy is bu, bu, and girl is bum, bum. To say boy and girl, you would say bu, da, bum. So pu is boy, da is and, pum is girl. But puda pum can also mean son and daughter. So pu is son or boy and pum is daughter or girl. So puda pum can mean boy and girl and son and daughter. Let's say you've been in Bhutan for a while and you get invited to somebody's wedding, or maybe your friend got a promotion, or it's somebody's birthday. Then how do you wish them? There is one word for it, tashi delek. You don't have to say anything else. Tashi delek means congratulations. But if you want to be more specific and it's somebody's birthday, you can say Kiwi nim tashi delek. So Kiwi nim is the day you're born or birthday. Tashi delek is congratulations. So happy birthday. That means Kiwi nim tashi delek, or just tashi delek. So the next term I'm going to teach you guys is a very simple term, but it is a very useful term. So the term is yaya, and yaya means okay or sure. So for example, if your friend says, hey, let's go to the mall, you can say yaya. That means sure or okay. So in Dzongkha, the term I like you and I love you are the same. So you have to be careful when you profess your feeling to somebody. The way you can say is nga che lu ga. Nga is I, che is you, lu ga is to like or to love. And you can also say nga che lu ga to somebody you like. So that's not complicated at all. Now, if somebody says I like you or I love you, I hope you say I like you too or I love you too. And the way to say it is nga ya chelu ga. Remember, I told you about the word ya. Nga ya means I too. Chelu is you. Ga is to like. Nga ya chelu ga. And if you want to say I don't like you, I hope not, you can say nga che lu mi ga. Nga che lu mi ga. So mi ga means not to like. Nga is I, che is you, lu is to, mi ga is not to like. So I don't like you or I don't love you. Now let's say you're hungry and you want to order some food for yourself. Then I'm going to teach you how to do that. So in Bhutanese, the term for meal is je go. Je go. But we can also say to. To technically means rice, but Bhutanese people eat rice for 3 meals a day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So we called je go or to, which can both mean meal, or to can also mean rice. So you can't just have rice by itself. So you want to say something else you want to eat with rice. So tim means dish. To dang tim. To is rice, dang is and, tim means a dish. So to dang tim means rice and a dish. So what would the dish be? So if you want to order meat, there is a couple of ways to say that. So meat is sha. Sha means meat. So the most common meat that you would find in Bhutan is no sha. No sha means beef. In Bhutan, locals love no sha or beef, so you would find a variety of no sha dishes. The most popular one is beef jerky, which is called sha kam. Sha kam. Sha kam means dried meat, but it is only used for beef jerkies for some reason. Sha kam. The other type of meat found in Bhutan are pak sha, means pork, pak sha, and chicken, which is ja sha, ja sha, and fish, which is nya sha, nya sha. And these are the 4 types of meat Bhutanese people generally consume. We do not eat seafood because Bhutan is landlocked. A very popular meat that locals love in Bhutan, and it is a local delicacy, is yak meat. So for those of you who don't know what yak is, it's an animal native to the Himalayas. And in Bhutan, we consume yak meat, yak cheese, yak butter, and other products from the yak. And to say yak meat in Bhutan, it is ya sha. So as I mentioned earlier, the written Dzongkha would spell it as yak sha, and yak is quite similar to yak, but if you were to just pronounce it, it would be ya sha. In Dzongkha, for eggs is gongdo. Gongdo means eggs. And dairy is something that we consume a lot in Bhutan, so you can say means milk, then there is ma means butter, ma means butter, dachi means cheese, dachi means cheese, and the most popular Bhutanese staple is chilies, which is ema. Ema means chilies, ema. In fact, the most popular Bhutanese dish is ema tatsi, which is chili and cheese. Ema tatsi. As I mentioned, dairy is a staple in Bhutan, so cheese can be found in a lot of dishes. So if you have potato and cheese, which is a very popular dish again in Bhutan, it becomes kewa tatsi. So kewa is potato, tatsi is cheese, so kewa tatsi. Then there is shamu tatsi. Shamu means mushroom, shamu means mushroom, and tatsi is cheese, so shamu tatsi is mushroom and cheese. And then anything else you can add tatsi to will become that thing and tatsi. So next we're going to talk about beverages, and on top of the list is water, which is Choe. So Choe can also mean river, and Choe, the same pronunciation, can also mean pee. But in this context we're going to talk about drinking water. So Choe is the drinking water. The next popular beverage in Bhutan is tea. Tea is cha, and the most common tea that Bhutanese people consume is suja. Suja is churn tea or butter tea, so suja and cha. And if you want something stronger, you can go for chang. Chang means alcohol, and the most popular chang we have in Bhutan is ara, which is similar to sake, and it's made out of rice as well. Ara. Next is soup or porridge. It's not necessarily a beverage, but it could be, I don't really know where to place it, so I placed it under beverage. And to say soup or porridge is the same thing in Bhutanese, and we say in Dzongkha, tup. Tup means soup or porridge. Tup. After you have finished your meal, if you want to tell the host or the chef that the meal was delicious, you would say shimbe. Shimbe. So if you say shimbe or jego shimbe, that means it's a delicious meal. Jego, like I said earlier, is meal, and shimbe means tasty or delicious. So jego shimbe, or you can just say shimbe, and that they'll get the message. Tipping is a common practice throughout the world, and likewise in Bhutan as well. And on your trip to Bhutan, if somebody has provided you exceptional service and you want to tip the person, the proper term to use is sera. Sera means tip. After you have finished your meal and you have paid for your meal, and now you want to tell your friends let's leave or let's go, then you can say joge. Joge means let's go. Joge. That's it for today. If you guys have any Dzongkha phrases or words that you guys would like to know, let me know in the comment section below so that in my next video I can include them. So I hope you guys enjoyed this lesson, and Kadin Che, or thank you for sticking with me till the end, and see you guys next time. Lok Shule Cheke.